Since you've been on the show, you've been in 3 altercations: the reunion, Lake Lanier, and this Christmas party. Prior to the show, is this how you would normally handle a conflict?
So that was just a couple years ago that Andy had to ask Porsha, why have you got on 3 fights on Bravo? And, is this how you act? And guess what? Ain't nothing changed. Since then, she got into it with Dennis and his mama. And now Delta is accusing her of getting into altercation with a woman on a flight. And supposedly she landed on the FBI radar. So we are going to get into all Porsha's phase that she done caught and why Bravo keeps protecting her and how Andy has came forward caping for Porsha, which ain't a surprise because she has a 5-year contract with Bravo. They put a big bag behind her to put her in scripted series, to have her host stuff. They put her in ads and everything. So we're going to get into all that. So please like the video and hype the video and let's get into it. So yesterday it was released, just like I said, that Porsha was involved in an altercation on her Delta flight. Now, everyone was like, no, it looks like that was security escorting her off the flight. No, babe, that was not security. She got into it with someone on the flight, and Porsha is known for putting hands on people, right? Like, she got in 4 fights on Bravo, on television. We're going to go over all those fights. And we're going to go over what allegedly happened on the Delta flight, okay? So yesterday, our article came out saying that, the reason why Porsha was escorted off her flight in Atlanta from Vegas at BravoCon to Atlanta is because she allegedly got an altercation on the flight or argument with somebody, right? So the police met her on her flight and escorted her off and took a statement from her and then a statement from 2 other guests because she allegedly got into it with them, right? So I seen somebody had called in to Andy, his radio show or something, and they were like, yeah, my mom was on that flight.
California's on the phone. She knows someone who was on Porsha's plane. Okay, so did your friend see anything?
So my mom's best friend was on the flight. She said she was 3 rows behind the incident. She didn't really see what started it, but she just heard a ruckus. And then she realized it was Porsha and this she described her as an old white Karen. And she just kept claiming that Porsha hit her, but she said that she didn't see any of that happening. And yeah, she said that Porsha looked fabulous in her fur coat and it was just crazy. But I'm like, okay, next time videotape it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's really all we got. But she said it was just her antagonizing Porsha, and she didn't really see Porsha.
Her whole aura in the footage that I've seen has very much been 100% innocence, and I blame the white woman.
I do too.
And she said, first of all, you can already tell her mom's a fan because the girl gonna say, she said Porsha looked beautiful and she didn't see what happened. She just heard them arguing. So then she hopped up and she said it was an old white lady Karen and that Porsha looked beautiful. So yeah, I don't know. Sounds like her mama friend was fanned out. And let me ask you this. When have y'all ever been able to get through on the radio? I ain't never been able to get through for no tickets or nothing. So this girl just happened to get through on the radio and she happened to be on the flight. I ain't buying it. This could be somebody from NBC Universal calling for all we know because they done put a big bag behind Porsha. They done gave her a 5-year contract to do several things. That's why she's on Traders. She's going to be on scripted shows with them. And it's like Porsha has the Teresa effect now. Now Andy and whoever the hell he's on the radio with is like, yeah, I believe it. I believe she's innocent by the way she walked off the flight. Like, yeah, like it's crazy to me. Now Teresa can't do no wrong. She can't do no wrong. They will never fire her on New Jersey. It's like they don't care what she does, what fraud she does. She ain't going nowhere. It's like Porsha has that effect on Andy. Andy loves her. She looks innocent. Like, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. I ain't buying it. Shit seems fishy to me. I want to know what y'all think. But let's get into this article. So we're going to get into that clip too. But first, let's get into this article. So it says, the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams was involved in an altercation with another woman on a Delta flight, and the FBI were called to investigate. The U.S. Sun can report. A law enforcement source exclusively told the U.S. Sun that Porsha, 44, and a female passenger got into an argument while they were in the air on a flight from Las Vegas to Atlanta on Sunday, November 16th. It says Porsha was escorted by an Atlanta police officer off the flight after the alleged fight with another female passenger. The FBI only got involved a day after the incident, and the Atlanta Police Department handled the initial call, the source claimed. Okay, so we already went in this in my other video. We talked about how she was escorted off the flight, and I said she must have got into it with someone on the airline because they don't play. And Porsha has a history of getting into it with people and then playing the victim. We seen her do it on stage when she couldn't handle Kenya's get backs at the reunion. Then she drugged Kenya to the floor. She couldn't handle Cynthia on the boat. She couldn't handle Jamie. So it was like, this is a pattern for Porsha, in my opinion. So, of course, after this broke, Porsha made a statement. It says, Porsha Williams speaks out about the Delta flight incident, saying she was verbally assaulted by an irate and unhinged passenger without provocation. She says the passenger went on to make false allegations, and Porsha remains confident that the individual will be charged. Okay, so let's get into what someone called in at Bravo Andy and told him, because this just sounds like her mama was a fan to me. It don't prove anything which way. I mean, do we expect Porsha to make a statement through her representative saying, oh yeah, girl, I was tripping and I went off on someone? Hell no, she ain't gonna say that. That would be stupid. So the other day when I mentioned all the fades that Porsha caught on Bravo on live television, people were like, damn, I didn't even know. Yes, she caught 4 fades, one being Kenya, one being Cynthia. Now, who the hell will fight with Cynthia? She's so unproblematic. Like, come on. Then she got in a fight with Jamie, who I think was working for her at the time. All these were on TV. Then the worst of all was her baby daddy, Dennis, and his mama. Like, the camera showed her trying to attack Dennis, telling him and his mama to get out of there. I think they say she allegedly tried to throw a broom at the mom or something. But it was bad. So bad that her show was done. That they put a bag behind Porsha thinking she was going to, Porsha Family Matters was going to rise to the top. And after one season, it was over because of the mayhem that she caused on the season finale. So let's go over all the fades that Porsha done caught and what Andy had to tell Porsha about herself. Okay, take a listen to this. This is what Andy had to tell Porsha about herself.
Since you've been on the show, you've been in 3 altercations: the reunion, Lake Lanier, and this Christmas party. Prior to the show, is this how you would normally handle a conflict?
Well, normally I wouldn't be in a situation where I would have a, bullhorn or scepter put in my face. Secondly, I wouldn't be on a boat with someone who's not my friend and doesn't understand me. They were both isolated situations. The situation with Kenya was very separate. I'd really rather not speak about this anymore if she's going to make small comments and being childish.
I want to say this. I have been here, as you hear me say all the time, the longest child. And nobody has been criticized more than I have. I've had more arguments and been criticized in front of the camera and have been ripped apart by everybody, Porsha. And as long as you sit here and be in the front of the camera, you're going to be judged. And I've not touched anybody.
When Nene Leakes got to be the voice of reason and tell you that your ass needs to calm down and that you're going to get criticism on TV and that everyone on the show has came for her and she ain't put her hands on nobody, that's crazy. Porsha can't take accountability for nothing. And I don't know why Nene forgave her for stopping her bag when she got that job. And then Porsha got the job. And then Porsha threatened, like, I'm going to leave if y'all have Nene. And then try to act like, oh, it's her mental health. You know, she had to come out with a mental health statement yesterday, right? Talking about, oh, she's been having depression and all this. Like, y'all don't believe me? Read this. So Porsha yesterday said, keep pushing. I thank God every day that I'm in my right mind and not only haven't lost myself, but I've found and appropriate a better me. Leaving BravoCon, I'm filled with all the love and warmth and support from our beautiful fans. I just want to extend a thank you from the bottom of my heart for not only your prayers, but for being with me in this journey called life. I love me again, and I love you all. Thank you, Mommy, for being my backbone. Raw, real life. No more survival mode. We will thrive. We are kicking, girl. Yes, that says kicking depression's ass. So I thought this comment underneath this post was very fitting. Just look what somebody had to say. So this person said, as a psychiatrist, I wonder why everyone's always depressed as soon as they're facing criminal charges. What happened to standing 10 toes down on your actions and facing your consequences as an adult? And that's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, Porsha's fighting depression. Like, give me a break. Anyways, let's get into all these fades that Porsha done caught because I see a lot of excuses. Oh, Kenya provoked her. And it's like, babe, like, I can't. If you can't handle words, like, you shouldn't be on a show where you guys are going to be, battling with your words. Nobody on this show has ever hit Porsha first, okay? Let's always remember who the aggressor is. It's Porsha, not the other way around. So the first fight we're going to look at is the fight that she had with Cynthia. Cynthia, who they say don't have a backbone, who they say she's too nice, who they say rides the fence. She got into it with Cynthia, and of course, she tried to hop on Cynthia, and Cynthia kicked her off. So this was her second fight. Let's take a look.
To me, bitch. Hey, what? Don't put your hand in my face, bitch. Oh, my.
So what happened after this fight? They had to hold Porsha down. They had to get on top of her. She was kicking and screaming, like blaming it on Cynthia. I can't believe she did that.
Get her off. She's crazy. I told y'all. I don't catch that bitch. She's not on me.
If that looked a little bit familiar to you, it's because they had to do the same thing at the reunion. When her and Kenya were going back and forth, and then Kenya accused her of cheating on Cordell, she couldn't handle it. First, Kenya just pointed the scepter. She didn't touch her. Mind you, Cynthia was sitting in between them. So she just pointed the scepter at her and was telling her, be quiet. And she couldn't handle it. She couldn't go back and forth with Kenya with words. So she grabbed the scepter and threw it on the ground. Then Kenya started talking to her through the blowhorn or whatever you call it. And she was like, I would like you to spell scepter. Porsha couldn't handle it. Porsha was getting heated. Porsha, what'd she do? She got up and was like, bitch, I'll beat your ass, whatever. And then grabbed her by the wig and slammed her to the ground. If I could play the whole clip and show y'all the whole thing, I would. But sorry, YouTube won't allow me to. But I watched the clip 1,000,000 times yesterday. Nothing was in her face. It was in Cynthia's face, okay? She wasn't nowhere near Porsha. Porsha just couldn't handle it. She gets aggressive. She gets, I don't know, irritated if she can't, respond with her words. I don't know what the hell wrong with her. To be honest, I don't know why she couldn't just argue with her. But what happened? Nene had to go over there and pin her down, hold her by the mouth like craziness. Just look. This is the first time they had to pin her down. She was kicking and screaming, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. Y'all don't remember this? This is when Kenya had to go file charges. That's when we got the Porsha mugshot. And then she said, I'll drop the charges if she apologizes publicly. And y'all don't remember that's where the mugshot came from. Okay, that was her first fight. Then let's get to her third fight on camera on national TV with Jamie, okay? They're at a Christmas party for Bravo, a finale event that Kandi threw. They're wearing their Christmas outfits, and she acting a damn fool running down the street chasing Jamie.
No, Porsha, no! You have way too much to lose. Porsha!
So y'all tell me, what was Jamie doing to make her run out the party, run down the alley to chase her? And all she could say later was, oh, she was talking to me disrespectful. Like, Porsha can't handle words, I'm telling you. She has calmed down a lot on Bravo, but I don't know why Bravo just keeps giving her a chance. Like Teresa, it's like they keep giving her a chance, keep giving her a chance, keep giving her a chance. So just take a look at how she was doing Jamie in the alley.
What were you saying as you was walking out? Let me go. What's wrong with you? She's disrespectful as
That's all she could say is she's disrespectful as F. And then the story was on the blogs that Jamie came there with a guy that I guess Porsha used to talk to. And that's the whole reason, allegedly, why Porsha was mad. We never seen on camera any beef. We never seen what the issue was. All we seen was the finale of Porsha acting damn fool, running down in that snowsuit. And then Kandi was like, what happened? I think Kandi was pregnant at the time. And they had to tell her what was going on. So this is Dwight telling Kandi what happened.
This is Porsha's hat that I found in the alleyway.
Was Jamie fighting back?
Jamie on the ground. Her wig, her hair came off and everything, beating her like...
Are you kidding me?
That's Dwight talking about he's appalled. Porsha was beating her. Kandi like, did she fight back? He like, she laying on the ground with her wig ripped off. Like, it was terrible. She should have went to jail for that. It was terrible. The amount of passes that Porsha has got, like, she ain't been arrested except for that one time with Kenya. That's it. Like, Kenya's the only one who pressed charges on her. I don't know why Jamie didn't, but Porsha has got away with it for years. So no, I don't put it past her that she probably was arguing with an old lady on a plane. I don't know what the lady was saying that Porsha hit her, because that's what the lady that called in Andy and said. The lady said she hit her, but she didn't see. She just seen them arguing. Well, girl, you ain't even a good fucking witness because you didn't even see. So get the hell out of here, okay? Then the most diabolical fight of all is her fighting her baby daddy and cussing his mama out, trying to fight them, okay? You brought Simon, your new husband, fiance, whatever, around your ex-fiance and baby daddy on a family trip and then acted a damn fool because he brought a girl. Like, imagine the audacity. So this is her trying to attack poor little baby daddy and telling him and his mama they can go.
You and your mama. Get the out.
So if y'all think she respect her elders, she don't. She's talking to her ex-mother-in-law that way. You and your mama can effing go. Mind you, they're in Mexico and you're acting like this. Do you think she got arrested? You think she got talked to? No, production just shut down and cut her damn show off. And then what happened? They bring her back. They bring her back because they always give Porsha chances. The amount of chances she get is insanity. So here's the fight. That's all Porsha. That's all Porsha hooting and hollering, kicking and screaming, trying to hit her baby daddy while his mom right there. Like a damn hot ass mess. So yeah, if I got smoke for Porsha, it's because, you know, she gets stuff handed to her on a silver platter and she acts terribly and doesn't get held accountable for it. She doesn't get held accountable for anything. She stole that lady's husband, as they say. And what they do, oh, I wasn't friends with her. Oh, this. Oh, she was doing this. It don't matter what that lady was doing in her marriage. That was her marriage to do with what she wanted to. But you walked in that lady's house, shook her hand, and then took her husband. Like, girl, so yeah. I want to know what y'all think down in the comments. Do y'all think Porsha is problematic? Or are y'all like cuckoo and think, oh no, Porsha has every right? Because, you know, there is some people that just let Porsha do whatever she do and they don't care. But yeah, I want to know what y'all think down in the comments. Do y'all think she got into it with a lady on the airport, or do you think she's innocent? Please talk to me. I'll talk back. Please like the video, hype the video, and I'll see y'all in the next mess. All right, bye.